one. One of them bit me today.
They bite?
Ants bite.
They bit you?
Just one.
Why?
I don't know. I think I'm pretty nice to them.
Yeah, I mean, leave sugar out for them and stuff. They're like your pets,
Basically.
Hey guys,
There you go.
if you're here, hello. Welcome to our channel.
Oh, can you find us on there?
Oh, I will. I'll refresh. Here we are. Gotta mute you. Oh. I'll just turn it way down because I don't know how to do that.
Have this empty teacup. We're going to spill some tea today. No, we did that last week. I might spill something.
I always spill something.
Hello, we have two people here. Hi, two people.
Hello.
Hello.
It's exciting to see you.
Well, it looks like there are physically more than two people in the chat, so that might not be okay. But either way, hi.
Good evening, everyone. It's lovely to
Yours okay?
know that you're here.
Yes.
Let us know. I was going to say lovely to see you, but we can't see you. So let us know how the sound is. If you've got any complaints about that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tay's got ants.
Well, I have ants in a very controlled. They live in a windowsill. I feed them so they don't venture forth into my apartment. There was no defeating them. I just ceded territory to the ants.
That's, you know what?
They have conquered part of my
give
house.
them an inch, though.
They're very small. An inch is a lot to an ant.
Fair point.
Yeah, they it's fine. It's fine. I don't like killing things. It makes it very hard to be a responsible homeowner.
Yes. I mean, I used to take that stance, but I've got spiders after me, spider assassins.
That's true. I have befriended my spiders, but I tried talking to them.
I've never had a problem with spiders until they had a problem with me.
Maybe you just need to. Maybe they're just like picking up on some bad vibes. You got to.
Maybe I'm just super tasty to them.
Or that. Maybe that's not the problem.
They don't
dislike you.
They
right
super
like
one
you.
Here and here and here and here. So
spiders are eating you up.
Yeah. Well, that's not what tonight's about.
No. Tonight we are. If you've listened to the episode yet, I don't know. It's put out yesterday, but we're talking about Dorothy Parker.
Dorothy Parker, famous drinker
and writer and stuff.
Yes.
But yeah. New York socialite, author, all sorts of cool stuff. She's a cool lady. And,
screenwriter.
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Stars Born.
Possible communist.
Maybe
socialist.
But like in a good way.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm on a list now. I'm on a list.
Uh-oh. Maybe. They're always listening anyway. They know.
I was about to say her name. The robot is right there.
Don't talk about her.
Me and the robot get along. She's like the ants. I just like, well, you live in my house now. I have to love you. That's what happens.
Well, ooh, all right. We got some fun folks in here. I don't know. Oh. I was trying to refresh it to see if we've got more people, because it seems like from the chat there's more people. But
for some reason, I've noticed that on your chat window, it doesn't show it quite as. Sorry, we're just making sure that we can go ahead and jump into it.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to miss anything. Okay, well, yeah, that's all right.
That's fine.
You guys are here. Hello, lovely.
We took a week off. We lost 3/4 of our audience. That's how it goes.
It happens sometimes. Well, should we start making some Dorothy Parker drinks?
I think we should.
Yeah.
So for tonight, we have 2 drinks planned. The first one we're going to be doing is based off the drink that was the Dorothy Parker namesake at the Algonquin bar, the Blue Bar at the Algonquin Hotel, I should say. Jack. located here in New York. It was on the menu apparently at least until 2019. Seems to have been taken off, but it sounded like a pretty good drink, so we mixed one up and tried it out. It is a pretty good drink. So we started with that, and then we're gonna make our own creation after that.
Yeah,
so that'll be fun. These actually are kind of similar drinks where they're both kind of sour builds with some bells and whistles, but that's fine, you know.
Can't go wrong with a nice sour.
No, I mean she definitely likes strong spirits too. We could have gone that route, but it's nice. 2 nice light drinks we're gonna be serving up for you tonight.
It's summertime. Keep it light.
All right, so for the Dorothy Parker a la the Algonquin Hotel, what we're going to be making is it's gin, lemon, a little honey syrup, a little Saint Germain, and some muddled basil. Did I see everything? I think so.
I think so.
Probably.
I think. Well, it'll become apparent as the drink is made.
I made my honey syrup in the honey bear.
Yeah.
So I just had like a half full honey bear, so I just added kind of the appropriate amount of hot water to it and just shook him up.
Yeah. Does he like that?
Does he like this?
Yeah.
I don't know if he likes it. I like it as a tool. Don't make me humanize the bear. Now I'm thinking about it. Do you like this? He has his face is so like, maybe. I have secrets that I won't tell. So we're gonna start with muddling. These are big old basil leaves. Maybe like 3 or 4 of these.
Yes. Oh, I love the basil.
Basil.
Yeah.
British. Gordon Ramsay.
I just like to say basil. Reminds me of The Great Mouse Detective. Did you ever watch that movie?
I don't think I did.
I mean, I'm surprised that you haven't seen a movie about Sherlock Holmes and rodents.
I mean, I like these things separately.
It's in the. I mean, I can't really.
I'm guessing it's about a mouse detective.
It's a mouse who's a
Sherlock Holmes, but a mouse.
But a mouse. That's pretty much it. That is. I mean, there's a little mouse that's Watson. He's got a mustache.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's the whole premise. There's nothing else.
That sounds fine. I think I would like. No offense to Benedict Cumberbatch, but that sounds more my speed.
It's good.
Or Robert Downey Jr. Ooh, they've both been Sherlock Holmes.
Yes,
right?
they both have. They both have.
Do you have an opinion? Who's the superior Sherlock Holmes? Robert Downey Jr., Benedict Cumberbatch, or the mouse?
I mean, the mouse is very cute, but so is Benedict Cumberbatch. I mean, I like the idea of I like how they like presumed a little bit more into like the personal story of Sherlock Holmes and have him be on the spectrum. I think that's cool. I like it.
So just so far what I have in here, I've muddled some basil, I've put half an ounce of Saint Germain and half an ounce of my honey syrup, just to keep you up to date.
Yes.
Well, I guess I'll have to watch The Great Mouse Detective.
I guess we're gonna have a movie night. I still have to watch that quarantine horror.
Oh
film,
yeah. Has anybody seen Host?
Have you?
It's a new movie on Shudder, and it's so good. It's a movie that was shot in quarantine, and it's I just loved it. I'm all about it. Shudder has so many good movies coming out, and I've gone through its catalog extensively during the last month that I've had it. But if you have the service or you don't, Host is worth. I think they actually have like a week free preview that you can do, but you get the free preview and just watch this movie if nothing else. But they got a ton of good movies. But it's basically there's a Zoom seance. So hi, we could have one right now and just fuck up everybody's shit. And the Zoom seance goes awry. But the way it's shot is cool. I know found footage has kind of been used to death in horror,
but not in the Zoom format.
I mean, and I also I like found footage even if it has been done a lot.
It's really creepy.
Yeah, It's super good.
I went to see Paranormal Activity in theaters with someone who I didn't know anything about the movie before I went, and they wouldn't let me look up anything, and I had no idea that it wasn't real until like the last moment of the film, and I didn't actually pee myself, but I almost peed myself.
So real quick, the last 2 ingredients in there I put in were a 3/4 ounce of lemon juice and 2 ounces of gin. So to review, that's muddled basil, 1/2 ounce Saint Germain, 1/2 ounce honey syrup, 3/4 ounce lemon, 2 ounces of gin. Sorry, the next cocktail involves turmeric, which you can tell. Yes. I don't know if you see that. My hand is yellow. I just wanted to explain it. So if you were distracted by my very yellow hand, so you thought it was real. You thought the movie was real.
Oh yeah, I did. I thought Paranormal Activity was real.
That's horrible.
I watched most of that movie like this. But I found footage is really scary. I mean, even when you know it's not real, I think it's scary because of the kind of the rawness of it makes your mind think that it could be real.
Right. Well, that was like, as far as like one of the OG found footage movies, when Blair Witch came out, before the movie was released, and I mean, it wasn't the first of its kind, but it was the first hit of its kind, for sake of argument. They, what was it? Not Nat Geo, what was it? It was one of those like
Discovery Channel?
Discovery Channel had a fake documentary about the Bell Witch that they aired to go along with the Blair Witch Project. So it looked like, to those of us like that were anticipating the movie coming out, like it was hard to really separate what was real and what wasn't. So we all walked into the Blair Witch thinking like, but is it real? And they like hid the actors afterwards. Like the actors weren't public enough.
Right, because there's no actual backstory. Like it's completely made up. So Discovery Channel made a fake documentary like telling you about like this. So it was like
brilliant marketing.
Wow. So they like Blair Witch Project basically hit up Discovery and was like, hey, you want to be in on this giant practical joke? We're gonna scare the shit out of everyone.
Basically.
The fuck, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely watched the Paranormal Activity series before I'd seen Blair Witch. I hadn't seen Blair Witch, and when I saw Blair Witch, I was scared to death out of anticipation because I heard so much about it, and like the moment that everyone describes is so scary. I was like, I literally like I can't see anything. I don't know what's going on. So I think I built it up a lot, and I wasn't actually as scared as I'd be. This is a beautiful cocktail.
So here we go. Here's our Dorothy Parker cocktail.
We love it. It's like greenish.
It's the basil.
Yeah.
I got a little basil leaf garnish in there. You garnish it with basil, you garnish it with lemon, kind of whatever you're down with. We're gonna split it into our little speakeasy teacups here to try it out.
Yes. This is how they got away with, I'm just making that up. I don't know what they did, but maybe I like to imagine that they served alcohol in teacups at the Algonquin to get around Prohibition.
Well, that
is just my imagination.
One of those places she drank at famously was a tea room, so you're not far off.
Okay. And here's where we spill the tea. Oh, you did great.
I did not spill the tea.
Oh, nice. Beautiful.
Okay. That glass was just for looks.
It was just to show you what it looked like. Beautiful.
Cheers.
Cheers. I'm still going to tap my teacup. Mmm.
That's nice.
Oh, that's so nice.
That's really, I mean, of course it's nice. It's gin and Saint Germain and honey and herbs. I mean, there's nothing about this drink that's challenging in any way, but it's just really, it's nice to just have like, yeah, it all makes sense. It's delicious.
Yeah, of course. This is like, I mean, because I just dropped my phone on the floor. It is, as you said before, it's like a bee's knees, but just with some more infusions happening.
Yeah.
A little bit more complexity.
Yeah, it's got like the I mean the Saint Germain really backs up the floral notes that are naturally in honey. The basil's nice and earthy, so it definitely kind of rounds out a bee. It's like a more like well-developed bee's knees, I'd say.
I felt like I had to raise my face.
Oh, okay.
Now that I'm looking at it, it actually looks kind of stupid. Why do people do this?
What was that to show? Like, what was that? I don't know. I'm sure there is there. I feel like Schmanners would know.
Oh yeah, I
Schmanners
should just ask Teresa.
Yeah. While we're sipping our tea, our cold boozy tea, what's going on in the chat? Any questions? Any comments?
Lots of talks about spiders.
Anybody else been bit by a spider this week?
And I love spiders theoretically, and I love bugs. I love bugs, and I never had a problem with spiders until they started biting me. Oh, wait, did somebody say, oh, somebody has a pet, Michael has a pet tarantula. That's awesome.
Oh, I love that.
His name is Anansi. Did I say that right?
Oh, Anansi, yeah. The spider Anansi.
Oh.
Like Anansi's tails.
Ah, I love that. Send us a picture of your tarantula.
I've heard that tarantulas are really fussy pets. Like, they seem like they'd be really scary and creepy, but in fact, they're just like, baby me. Please, I'm baby. That's my impression of a tarantula.
That's how a tarantula talks?
Yes, like, I am fussy and moody, and I will decide if I show you me.
Will they wear hats? I wonder. I'd like to see a tarantula wearing
They don't
tiny
sound
hat.
like someone who would wear a hat. Tarantulas.
It's, I'm just putting it out there in the universe. I'd like to one day see a tarantula wearing a hat.
Who wouldn't? But
maybe.
You can't always
make it happen.
What you want.
True. Oh, apparently, when is this in Animal Crossing? Tarantulas in Animal Crossing?
Yeah, tarantulas in Animal Crossing. Well, they bite you and then you pass out. It is literally the most like stressful thing, and I don't mean that like it's so stressful. I mean like that's the threshold of stress in Animal Crossing because you might get bit by a spider, which makes you pass out and wake up like a few feet away at your house. It's not very stressful at all. Nothing bad can come of being bit by spiders over and over again outside of just that.
It's it's a blackout.
So, yeah, you black out. The spider just gets you wasted, and you wake up at your house and you're like, "What happened, spider?" And the spider's like,
"We had a great night."
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, but you can catch them, and they're worth a lot of bells. But I don't like to mess with the spiders because I'm like respectful or anything. I'm just bad at catching them. I caught like 2 spiders. I caught one to give to Blathers to sacrifice to the god of the museum, and then there was like one other time I managed to catch one. What else is good?
Oh well, people are astounded that you haven't seen the Great Mouse Detective.
There are some cartoons I have not seen. I know. I'm disappointed in myself.
Well, we can watch the scary quarantine Zoom seance movie, and then we can, as a palate cleanser, watch the Great Mouse Detective.
I like my mouse detectives a little bit more like salt of the earth. I'm in Chippendale Rescue Rangers person myself.
Yes. I understand. I think the Great Mouse Detective is like, he's not like full of himself. Like he's a little bit.
Well,
I don't know. He's a little Seahawk energy, even though yes, he's British. Okay. It's British, but like, I don't know. I like it. I haven't seen it in a while. I like that folks are saying that it holds up. That's great. Horror movies. Oh, damn. Jennifer, how old were you when your mom showed you Child's Play? I want to know. I didn't start watching scary movies until I was like an adult, basically, because my parents hate them. So I never saw it. I saw the first like horror movie that I saw was because they were playing it on TV. They used to play it on play like marathons on TV, and I saw like halfway through I started watching Silence of the Lambs.
Oh no.
And then the next one was Jeepers Creepers.
Well, all right, that's
creepy. It's creepy.
It is
the
creepy.
eyeballs thing.
It is creepy. Man, Silence of the Lambs. That's a tough one. One of the first horror movies that I have a vivid memory of seeing was, I think I was maybe like 7, and we were down at the beach where my uncle lived, and my parents went out for the night. My uncle was watching me and Sid, and he was watching Hellraiser, and thus I was watching Hellraiser. And that is a permanent memory. I remember because we were, the room we were staying in, the guest room, Sydney and I stayed in, had 2 beds, and they had like, one had a blue bedspread, one had a red bedspread. And in the movie Hellraiser, somebody's like ripped apart on a bed, so there's like a bloody bed.
No.
So neither of us wanted to sleep on the red bed. I think Sydney faked being sick. The blue bed was closer to the door, so she was like, I need to sleep on the blue bed because I might get sick in the middle of the night. So I was stuck on the red bed. And so in protest, I didn't sleep on the bed. I slept on the floor beside the bed because I would not sleep on that. Yeah, childhood trauma from horror movies.
I never watched Hellraiser.
Really? I mean, now I think it's a beautiful piece of, like, it's not very scary. It's just disturbing and I think gorgeous.
I mean, every Halloween season is an opportunity for me to watch more thematically scary and beautiful movies. So I'll add it.
I started in August. I mean, I never really stopped.
You have
creepy shit.
You have to. You got to start early if you want to get through it all.
Yeah, the day after Halloween, I take a break and then I go back into preparation for Halloween. It's not really about the holiday. I live a spooky life.
Spooky life. The Shining is the exact top scary level of scary I can handle. Well, The Shining's pretty fucking scary.
Yeah, the Shining is
it's psychologically scary.
It is a very scary movie. I only recently, I know this has been out there for a while, but I only recently learned that Stephen King is not actually a fan of the movie adaptation of The Shining, because he wrote the book, of course.
Oh yeah.
And he really wasn't a big fan of how they made the movie, which I thought interesting. I haven't watched, what is it, Dr. Sleep? It's sort of in the Shining universe, but I know that has Stephen King sealed approval, so I do want to see that.
Oh, well, I guess maybe we have a Stephen King themed evening.
I love Stephen King. His movies, his books. Actually, one of my favorite Stephen King books is The Dance Macabre, which is just his treatise on like horror writing and cinema and everything. Just him talking about the art of making horror. It's so good. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So many books I have to read.
You look at the comments. I'm gonna clean out the shaker real fast.
Okay. Oh yeah. Have y'all seen the Scooby-Doo project?
What is that?
No, I haven't. I want to know. Oh, it's a Cartoon Network's fantastic parody of Blair Witch. I'm interested. I definitely want to see it.
That sounds fun.
Okay. Oh, just saying. Aw. AGI. What am I saying? Agikamike says they love you, and it's their first live boostcast. Hi.
Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for drinking in solidarity.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers. The pinky out thing is a way for rich people to silently make fun of commoners. Commoners would hold the cup with all of their fingers, and rich people would just use 3 to show they were better. I can hold my teacup with 3 fingers.
3 fingers.
It feels weird. It feels weird to do that.
I can do it with 1.
It's like Oh yeah, that's good. I can do it like this.
Am I rich now?
It's a strain on my pinky to do that. It hurts.
Wow, we create unique ways of separating classes arbitrarily. All right.
So strange.
Thank you for the information, though.
The tarantula is a good boy. I'm glad to hear it. Likes to sit in his aquarium and eat his crickets. Okay, wonderful. Oh, he's very bitey.
Oh, he's bitey. Is the tarantula bite just like,
for him.
oh, that sucks.
Is it? They're not venomous, right?
No, they're not venomous. I think
it would just be like, ouch. Damn.
It's like a cat bites you.
Yeah, like fair. Stop that. Fucking. I don't know.
Shit.
Aw, good spider boy. Oh. Taylor wants to watch the OK Mouse Detective instead. What?
Whoa, we're getting salty about the Great Mouse Detective.
Listen.
Sorry, maybe he's great. Great is, that's up to the viewer.
Because technically, I guess America is great now. So
my jury is out on this Mouse Detective. It's the Mouse Detective, as far as I'm concerned.
The meh Mouse Detective.
The meh Mouse Detective.
The mess detective.
That's mean. I don't know this mouse. I shouldn't.
Oh shit. The question I asked Jennifer earlier, like how old were you when you saw Child's Play? Jennifer was 5.
Oh wow.
The Buddy doll was at the time. The Buddy doll was popular too. My cuz had one, and I freaked out after my mom was laughing. She told me it was fake. Aw. Oh no. 5 years old.
That's young for that movie. The remake. I don't know if it got good reviews or not. There was a recent Child's Play remake, and it stars oh my gosh, what's her name? She's on Parks and Rec. She's funny as shit. People are gonna be
Amy Poehler.
No, she's a super sardonic one that dates Star Wars.
Wait, Rashida Jones?
No, dark hair.
Oh, Aubrey Plaza.
Aubrey Plaza. I was about to apologize to Aubrey Plaza. Like, I'm so sorry. I know you're watching, and I did not forget your name, but I did. It stars Aubrey Plaza as the mom of the kid that gets the doll.
Oh, I love her.
And I don't know if it's a good movie, but I know her performance is really funny. I actually do think, I don't know. I don't know what the reviews are. I liked it. I thought it was a remake. Like,
okay.
It's just as scary. I mean,
I'll watch it.
But they just add this whole level of comedy to it, which to me, like, horror movies that lack some element of comedy can be great and beautiful and awesome, but a movie that blends both of them, that's my sweet spot for like good horror. I like horror with a strong comedy element, and the remake I thought was just funny. Like and it's largely due to the way they write her character. There's other good bits too, but
yeah. I'll watch it for Aubrey Plaza. Did you watch Grumpy Cat?
No,
I didn't either. But she voices.
Well, there's
Grumpy
that. Oh, okay. Oh, that's great. All right.
R.I.P. I met Grumpy Cat.
Did I say that? No. Why did you meet Grumpy Cat?
Grumpy Cat had a meet and greet.
Well, I mean that explains part of it. But what drove you to go to meet?
One of my friends was working at the event, and they were like, "Hey, come by. You want to meet Grumpy Cat?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want to meet Grumpy Cat." Yes. And she was very small. She's so small, or she was very small. R.I.P. again. But she her owner was very protective of her, and she was asleep when I came up, so I just crouched near her and took a picture. But she would while she was awake, her owner would hold her up, kind of to take pictures, but she was asleep when I came up, and I was like, that's fine.
Oh.
So I do have photos with me and Grumpy Cat. I think yeah. Yes, but she's much tinier in person. You think she's a big star, but
big star. Tiny cat.
No. Oh shit. tarantula have venom. Oh no.
Oh.
It hurt like a motherfucker because they do have big ass fangs, but unless you were really allergic, you wouldn't have problems with the venom. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I'm allergic.
It could be that.
Well, I'm taking Benadryl.
I'm not even sure if spiders are getting unfair blame in this. What if you're allergic to there are also those biting flies this time of year. Those are assholes. So we haven't confirmed spiders.
I've found a spider in every place that I've been bitten. In every room that I've stayed in that I've been bitten, I've eventually found a spider. It's not flies present in every room, but those spiders, the house spiders, the little spindly ones, they got long legs. They're not daddy long legs, but they're
Sure. I just don't want you to blame spiders without evidence. That's all I'm saying. But
I feel pretty confident that it's spiders.
Well.
Oh, wow. Okay, so maybe the males don't live as long. I'm reading these comments now I'm learning so much about tarantulas. Oh man, I'm sorry, buddy. Sorry. I hope he lives, but I guess he's got to die eventually. Oh yeah. Ha 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 ha. Back in high school, my little sister really wanted us to let her watch The Ring. That's so fucked up.
Oh no.
That's so fucked up.
You scared your little sister into thinking that The Ring was real.
That's terrible.
That was another movie. I don't know if it was just the right time and place, but that was one of those movies
that one was terrifying.
I was of an age where I was trying to be cool, but definitely in my mind was I might die in 7 days. It might happen. I'm ready for it. It could be a result of viewing this film.
Oh my god.
All right. So I got to move on to the next drink.
Yeah.
If you have any other questions or thoughts about drinks or horror movies, this is just what we're doing for the next 3 months, I guess.
Mouse detective
or the
spiders.
Just what have you. Hit them up in the comments, but I'm going to get started on our original creation. So for our second drink, we decided to do a drink in honor of the Big Blonde. So it just seemed to...
Is that why you went blonde?
You know what?
Did you do it for this episode?
It's not that I'm not above fucking with my hair for the sheer purpose of a 1 hour video on the internet. I would do that is my brand of shit. But I went blonde just because
I know
I had really long roots. It was an epic day of getting my hair to both still be on my head and not be purple or blue or green. Orange. There were high points, there were low points, there were tears, there was pain, some blood. But the fact is, it's all still there. Nevertheless, it's okay. Ooh. I styled my hair over my charred scalp,
and it looks beautiful.
That's what this piece is for. You don't need to see what's under it.
Oh no!
Just a bored hole. No, I just had a burnt place on my scalp.
Oh no, that's the worst.
It happens.
Well, so we're doing a Big Blonde cocktail.
We are doing a Big Blonde cocktail. So what we're gonna do for this, so many random things in front of me.
What do you need?
So obviously Dorothy Parker was a fan of Scotch, as we talked about the episode. She was also a fan of champagne. We're not gonna use real champagne because what
are we made of money?
No. We don't have jobs right now. Nope. So we got some cava in place, but we're going to use some blended Scotch. She was a fan of Johnny Walker. I got some Johnny Walker Red. I think she drank Johnny Walker Black, but we're making a cocktail. This is fine.
Yeah.
We're going to use some Johnny Walker Red. We're going to use. I've made where is it? There it is. Pear sage honey syrup. Mm-hmm. So we tweeted out the recipe for this, but it's super basic. For most honey syrups, you do a 2-part honey to 1-part water measurement. Because I was mixing this with, instead of water, I was using pear juice, and pears brings a lot of sweetness to the table anyway. I did a 1-to-1, so equal parts pear juice to honey. Just brought it to just under a boil on the stove, and then threw like, for like a cup of syrup, I threw like 8 sage leaves in and let it just infuse for about 30 minutes. So this is the result. This is my sage pear honey syrup.
Pretty.
Yeah. And we're going to use lemon as our citrus. And then, because the concern seemed to be that it should be blonde.
Obviously.
Have it be yellow.
Yes.
So I have some fresh turmeric that I'm going to be muddling in the bottom of this cocktail before I start.
That's nice because it'll add, it's obviously going to add the color, but it's also going to add a little spice.
Exactly. And this is one of those things where I've used turmeric on menus at bars often, but it's always something that I will infuse something with turmeric ahead of time, or make a turmeric like cordial or syrup, because it stains everything. Yeah, like it's everywhere.
It is, and I will say though, it is a natural stain, so it will eventually go away. But if you're using something over and over again with turmeric, it does stay. I dyed clothes with turmeric.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great colorant for cocktails. And I always prefer to use something in its freshest form. But my brain's just so programmed from like bar managing that I always like, how do I make things clean and simple and fast? So it's kind of nice to sort of reprogram into, I don't have to worry about that. I can cut up a piece of turmeric and muddle it. So for your home bar, it's totally fine to muddle some turmeric. It works great and you get the fresh taste. But for a bar program, you probably want to find a different way to work with it, because it is not practical to have it just on hand behind your bar in any sort of like high volume place.
Yeah.
So I got my muddled turmeric in there. I'm gonna do, what were my portions on this? I'm gonna do, did I do 3/4? Yes. It's been a minute. All right. I'm gonna do 3/4 of my sage syrup. I'm gonna do 3/4 lemon juice. I'm gonna do 1.5 ounces of scotch. And then we're gonna shake that up, put it in our glass, and top it with our bubbles.
Yes. I love the bubbles. Nice.
All right.
So we got that honey syrup in there. Now we're going for the lemon. I'm gonna put the lemon in there, 3/4. And
so for the gin, we could not get our hands on the Dorothy Parker gin.
There's gin in this cocktail too?
Oh. That was the last one.
That was the last.
Sorry. Wow, I should have said that on the last time. I just glazed over that. We did not use Dorothy Parker gin.
We didn't use Dorothy Parker gin for this. It's kind of hard to get your hands on. If you can get your hands on it, it's great gin. But we just, any old gin will do for that Dorothy Parker cocktail. It doesn't need to be Dorothy Parker gin.
Yeah. So using the correct spirit for the cocktail, here's my scotch.
Scotch, yes. This time. Wouldn't have been.
We take 1 week off, and I don't know how to bartend anymore. Okay, I haven't been behind the stick in,
you know what,
months.
Brains right now. I feel like it's very hard to focus nowadays. I mean, we've talked many times about like the time just kind of slipping away, and the days, and not really having a concept of the measure of time. And I feel like just everything in my brain is that way, like just kind of disorganized. But wouldn't it have been a tragedy if you put gin and scotch in this cocktail?
It would have been interesting. I think, I was very much in denial when now that I know that I had COVID at some point, I was very in denial when I felt I was getting sick. It was right at the beginning of quarantine. And I was like, it's probably not that. It's probably just my anxiety, because I've never been in a pandemic before. So it's probably just anxiety. And I stayed inside. And that was when we were super quarantined. So, and I had like feverish days, but I was like, I was fine, probably fine. It's only now that I'm like super over it that I'm like, I'm thinking back, I'm like, I have had consistently trouble like with thoughts.
Oh, the cognitive
stuff.
repercussions.
Like I'm a runner, and like I just have a whole ass minute on my mile that just came out of nowhere. I mean, I took a break from running for a little while I felt sick. Didn't feel right to go out in public for good reasons. And I'm like, maybe that's that. I was talking to my sister about it. She's like, yeah, maybe that's that. Like your body had COVID. It might have some repercussions, but I was just so in denial about all of it. I was like, no, it's just anxiety, right?
Maybe it's both. Maybe it's both.
For me,
I mean, I think that like we're all in a very new, uncharted territory. Just like navigating life is different now. So, I mean, according to my test results, I never had COVID, but I did talk to my therapist a lot about like how I was having trouble focusing and like couldn't figure out what day was what, and it's like there is something also about like stress fatigue where your brain just kind of like compartmentalizes what do I need to do, what do I need to know, and like forget everything else. But
yeah, no, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I didn't have like my thought of the symptoms was like sore throat, runny nose, like cold symptoms.
Yeah.
And everything that I experienced was also stuff that I think severe anxiety can cause in you. So totally, like the mental fog and everything. That's stress, prolonged stress response.
Oh yeah.
You could just be that. It's hard to say.
Yeah. Hard to say.
Yeah. All of the above.
All of it.
Taylor, are you incapable of thought because of COVID or stress? Yes.
Yes. What are you gonna do with that sage?
I'm gonna set it on fire. Ooh. I'm gonna set it all on fire.
Oh no.
It's gonna take a while. No. So I like burnt sage as a garnish because it's the aromatics are great. Yeah, it's just beautiful aromatics. Just changes the drink a little bit, especially we've got the scotch in there. This is not, Johnny Walker is not a peated scotch, but it kind of has that layer that's going to add to it a little bit of smokiness.
I like that. Ooh.
Yeah, and you could coat this in some like overproof alcohol and get like a quick burn on it. I'm not going to do that. I just want to get a little, I just kind of want to release the aromas a little bit more. Get a little char on the edge.
I love it.
We did this. We did this at my bar. One of the last cocktails on a menu I made, and we had like a torch, so it would just instantly turn into just like I love it when it smokes as it reaches the table.
Yeah, I'm staging myself right now.
It smells like you're in church. So there we go. Here's our big blonde.
The big blonde.
It's very mellow. Wanted it to be just yellow.
It's so pretty.
This looks like my roots before I toned them.
Oh, okay. All right.
Some of my hair was that color.
Well, it happens. Nice.
All right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna put it in teacups. All right.
Bye.
Ooh. Nice.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I like that you can smell that. Smell the sage on top. You just set it for a second. Yeah.
Mm. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's so crisp and fresh.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes juicy.
Which you wouldn't think for a Scotch cocktail.
Not at all.
I will say, and this was something like I wanted to buy Johnny Walker specifically because Dorothy Parker drank Johnny Walker. I don't usually mix with Johnny Walker. I usually go for like Cutty Sark or Monkey Shoulder.
Yeah.
Because they're a little bit, I'm going to say like, they're a little spicier. Johnny Walker to me is very sweet. And that's like, to me, like I'm not a big sweet fan, or usually you're playing your base beer up against sweet ingredients anyway. So a base spirit that adds sweet to the mix is something else I have to think against. So I was a little hesitant to mix with Johnny Walker just because in my mind it's like, oh, it's an additional sweet I have to counteract. But I actually think in this cocktail it's really nice because it rounds it out.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know, turmeric.
I think they're both acceptable.
It's a funny ingredient to work with because it's so earthy, like too much of it, and you just taste like you're drinking dirt. So you kind of need warm, round, sweet things to go underneath of it, or else it takes everything over. So
I love that. I would not think that this has scotch in it.
And it almost didn't.
I think this would have been very different with gin.
Yeah, I think it needs a scotch. Despite my inclinations.
Yes. That is nice. Let's look at some comments. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Oh. We're still talking about spiders. Oh, thank you for noticing my earrings. They're actually animal crackers. I mean, they're not really animal crackers. They're shaped like animal crackers.
They're very cute.
An artist made them. I will share that somewhere so that I can give you their information.
You should. And you said was it the same artist that made the other things?
Yeah. I got these earrings, and then I also got hair clips, but they're these except for they're the iced variety of animal crackers. They're the animal cookies, so they're like pink with polka dots and stuff. They're really cute. So I will comment on this video so that you can check out their stuff. They're really cool artists.
That's awesome. Those like iced animal crackers were just
they're so good.
Best.
So good.
I don't think there's probably a vegan way to make those. I mean, there's vegan icing, there's vegan animal crackers, but definitely the ones that are. I don't think the ones on the market are vegan. I think I've looked. I've definitely looked.
Maybe someday, if they don't exist today, maybe someday somebody will make a vegan version of those, because I think that's like, ooh,
so good.
There needs to be different versions of food everywhere.
You know, it's always vegan. Oreos.
That's true. But if they can make Oreos vegan, if Oreos are vegan, I feel like you can make
I think anything can be vegan if Oreos are vegan.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. There's no milk in there? What are you talking about? It's just sugar.
And
whipped sugar.
Pressed oils.
What was the one that we saw in the Wawa? It was like, it wasn't double stuff, it wasn't mega stuff. It was like it had a ridiculous name, but it was bigger than mega stuff.
I don't think I saw those.
Oh, maybe I showed Riley.
No.
That one time back then. I don't know.
Back when we did things. I love that because that's what you do with Oreos, right? You just open them up and have them as much stuffing.
Oh my god.
Although I don't know.
It's too much. I think it's too much.
I like the regular Oreo proportion of cream to cookie because I like the cookie.
I like that. Well, it's balance, you know? Like you take the cookie apart and you lick that off. You can't lick, like if the cream is thicker than the cookie, like it's too much. That's too much for me. I'm sorry. But I did love around Christmas time, we used to get the white chocolate dipped Oreos.
Oh yeah, like the whole thing is dipped. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's good. It's very good.
Somebody asked the Drew's
question. Are there any particular, Drew asked a question. Are there any particular spirits on your list that are exclusive for mixed drinks? What about exclusively not mixed with other ingredients?
Drinks spirits I would only mix with? Oh, you mean like that I wouldn't sip straight?
Yes, I think there's plenty of those.
I would argue that I think culturally, most all spirits start from a place where they're sipped straight. but as practically like what people drink and I think what's enjoyable to drink, um, it's a lot. Like gin, it's rare. Gin is almost always mixed. Gin is rarely sipped.
That's tough to sip.
I think people do. Some
They
people
do. Yeah.
Sometimes
Or
it's
on ice.
Yeah, but that's. I think the only people I've seen do that are very like broken bartenders.
I mean, honestly, like I have a hard
Sad
time with a
bartenders.
gin and tonic. I mean,
Yeah. I think gin is kind of exclusively mixed. Tequila can be sipped or mixed. Everything in the like the whiskey family, obviously mixed or sipped. I mean, you really more get into when there's so much nuance get in a spirit itself. You don't want to mix it. Like single malt scotch, a lot of cocktails might have like a float of it of a single malt on top, but it's such a beautiful spirit that you don't want to mix it.
yeah.
It's disrespectful almost to mix it. I said tequilas, but like aged tequilas. Aged tequilas, really, I don't know, mixing them. And I mean,
yeah,
culturally, like mezcals aren't often mixed. They're usually consumed straight. We mix them.
We mix the heck out of them.
We mix everything. But like especially like celebratory mezcals, like pachugas, stuff like that, that should be sipped. That should not be mixed. I think other spirit families, like rum is pretty much like definitely people drink straight rum, but it's more often mixed. Families of spirits. Yeah, I think it's more about I think you can take cues from the culture that made the spirit as to how it should be treated, and in mixology and in American bartending, we assume everything could be mixed, but I think historically a lot of spirits like
I think vodka should always be mixed.
But then like a lot of people that culturally like vodka's their spirit. I mean, they drink straight vodka. So
how do they do it?
Vodka on the rocks tastes like ice water. So I guess that's your thing. That's your thing.
Does it?
But to practically answer your question, I think that it's more a high-end spirit, like an aged spirit, is more likely to not be mixed because there's been extra work done to it to make it stand on its own.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, that's a good assessment. Oh, gin-clinations. I like that.
I have gin-clinations.
Oh, Michael says animal crackers are vegan. Specifically, though, the animal cookies, the iced animal cookies.
I think that's the icing that might throw it off.
Maybe.
I don't know what it is.
Oh, can't stay long, but I wanted to hop in and say I finally made my first cocktails last night. Yay! Congratulations! I went with a simple daiquiri. They didn't turn out perfectly, but I was working with cheap ingredients. I think a daiquiri is pretty forgiving. So, great job.
Yeah.
Good on ya.
And that daiquiri formula is also great to like personally experiment with because I think if you're using fresh lime juice, that's not expensive, and then for simple syrup, I mean you can sub in so many fun infusions, or just like throw in an herb or a fun fruit juice or something along with that. To like, if you have that basic recipe down, you can get really creative with that and like go to town.
Yeah, that's great.
I love a daiquiri.
Oh, okay, I think this is still about the animal crackers. Some of the sugar they use has trace amounts of bone in it. Why? But why? That's alarming. Why are there bones in the sugar?
I don't know. Like what kind? Because some types of bones are used for filtration. I don't know about making sugar like with that, because that's why a lot of beer isn't, or certain beers aren't vegan, because they use isinglass is crushed up fish bones basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's the same thing. It might be isinglass. I don't know.
Damn. That's troubling. Oh, the Theocratic. Okay. We're talking about Oreos. Double stuffed is too much, Michael says. Matcha likes the thin Oreos. Sarah's team double stuff. Also, Michael likes straight gin. Great. Good for you. Congratulations.
I know there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Straight gin is great, especially if it's good gin. I mean, well, only if it's good gin. I would actually say only if it's good gin. It's good cold.
I do. Yeah, I like made with good gin, a gin martini, which is like, if you get it, what is it? Like if you order it bone dry, it's just cold gin, right?
Yeah, extra dry means that I'm putting some vermouth in your glass and swirling around and dumping it out, and then putting your cold gin in there. So it's got a rinse of vermouth, which I think practically doesn't do much. But I think what you're talking about is a Churchill martini, where you look at the bottle of vermouth from across the bar as you stir the gin. That is how the joke is that how Churchill described how to make his martini.
Yeah. Wow.
And I think it's like, gin is an interesting spirit. People are very opinionated about it. They kind of love it or hate it. And I think that's why so many shy away from just enjoying it on its own. But I think good cold gin in a martini, it's just cold gin, is good. And there are a lot of, that's kind of also old world gin. A lot of these newer gins that specifically are designed to be more of like a straight gin. They're not super dry. They have more like aromatics, more herbaceous qualities. They're great sipped straight or sipped over ice. It's really just the London dry style is a little hard to stomach that way, but plenty of people do. So, yeah.
They do.
Nobody knows why sugar has bones in it.
Or bone char. Yeah. Okay. Filtration.
Okay. Yeah. That's so.
I'm sorry about your migraine, Michael. Damn. Yeah. No, I don't. Well, if anybody has any more questions.
Yeah. Any more? We took a week off last week just to kind of, hopefully, it seemed like a lot of you saw the video we put out. We're going to be doing more cocktail videos. We've got a cool stuff coming up, more cocktail videos, more like sort of short, useful, instructive things.
Yeah, to go along with the episodes.
Yeah, and obviously the live streams are going to stay. This was a product of quarantine, but we're going to keep them. So
yes,
that will be a thing.
But we're going to be moving them.
We're gonna probably do them bi-monthly coming up, but we'll announce all that. That'll all be most of the people that join us here. I think if not almost all are Patreon. So we'll be putting that information out there. But yeah. So thank you for coming back after we took a week off.
Yeah, thanks so much.
It's so easy to lose people. You go away and everybody's gone.
Yeah. Well, we have 17 people.
Hey, thank you.
Hey guys. Yeah, I feel like I feel like our Star Wars one is a little bit of an outlier, but we usually have
not everything Star
20.
Wars. Most things aren't Star Wars.
Most things aren't Star Wars. That's just the way of life. Disappointing.
Wow.
Just kidding. No, but this is obviously Star Wars is not here, but we are. Yes. But thanks for joining us. If anybody has any more questions, never leave. Aw. Thanks for sticking around. Some of the 17 have friends in the room. Hey guys.
Hi friends.
Hi friends. Nice to see you. I keep saying nice to see you. I can't see you.
We can we can just see your words.
We can feel your presence. Thank you for being here.
I like that we already started talking about spooky shit because I got excited about thinking last year we did costumes for all of our October episodes.
I guess we're gonna have to do costumes again.
Yeah, so that's fun to think about.
Yeah. October's coming up.
Just always, because that's there's no structure to anything more. So I'm just starting. I've already started. Halloween is now. Spooky is now. That's all I want to talk about. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to watch. I'll get through the next month and a half, but
hey,
it's gonna be spooky.
Yeah, make it spooky. Make it spooky.
Yeah. All right.
Speaking of spooky, what? Okay, well, we're getting ready to say good night. Oh, I'm glad they already have Halloween candy. Oh, I heard that they're going to be doing Halloween merch early this year because they're afraid of losing sales, and they already, like, the candy companies specifically are like, we're going to have losses from this, so put the Halloween candy out early so that they get more. So Halloween, like, we didn't save Halloween from quarantine, but it's going to be longer and inside.
That's great. Just like, I'm okay with that. I have never gone out on a Halloween night and had a better time than when I'm at home, like freaking myself out. Like, I don't know if that's just true. I love Halloween, but I think, like, I kind of, all the sadness over, like, oh no, we lost Halloween. I'm like, no, it's just gonna be way spookier because we're all gonna be alone in the dark, surrounded by plague. If nothing else, I get updates from Halloween stores because I'm on mailing list for Halloween stores, and there's like so many super cute plague doctor costumes coming out this year. That's dark as hell, and I'm a little like,
you're gonna see so many people doing it.
But it's like, there was one, it was a cute costume, but then it had this staff that was like a caduceus. It was a caduceus staff. And I just wish I could have bought that just to send to my sister, who's a doctor, Sydney, just to, like, here, you need this, just to be like, ha! Like, I want you to own a caduceus staff.
Wow.
It was part of the costume, so I might just buy the whole costume.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just gonna roll with it because this is the weird world we're living in. But yeah, cute plague doctor costumes.
I like
2020.
That's where we're at. Oh, is there good cocktail with pumpkin in it, good spirit to mix with pumpkin for Halloween. Irish pumpkin spice coffee. Ooh.
We should do an episode on pumpkin because I think there's a lot to work with there.
Okay.
It's one of those ingredients that gets a lot of hate because, I don't know,
it's commercialized.
It's like, pumpkin is delicious.
Starbucks. It's just because of Starbucks.
And this is like, before I turned to the dark side, I went to booze. And we made like a really good homemade pumpkin spice syrup that we would make our lattes with. So you can, like, pumpkin is definitely, it marries well with a lot of, it's in its essence, if you're not talking about an artificial syrup, which pumpkin spice flavoring, I don't think this is any great secret, it has no pumpkin in it. It's basically baking spice. It's cinnamon, it's nutmeg, it's ginger. That is what you're getting in a pumpkin spice latte. And all those flavorings are great. And there's nothing wrong with loving those flavors together. But if you want to work with pumpkin as an ingredient, it's a little different. Pumpkin has some sweetness. It's very earthy.
It's a little fruity.
It's a little fruity, yeah. And it opens up really well with all those flavors I listed. But it's definitely on its own. You treat it more like a vegetal element.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Like you would treat almost like carrot in a drink, or like beet.
Yeah.
Like an earthy sweetness.
Yeah.
So like how to work with pumpkin, you probably want to do like, I've made like the syrup we made. We use like pure ground pumpkin, and then like, and it pairs great with Applejack or bourbon or like Jamaican rum would be great with pumpkin.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like you definitely